Yesterday was day 18 of 31 Books in 31 Days, and I finished The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This was my first Adrienne Young book. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know what the book was about. I just know that it's been pretty popular on here, and it kept me up until about 2 a.m. finishing it. It's set in a small town in western North Carolina and centers on the Farrow women, who are very strange. People in the town are very wary of them. They run a flower farm, and everyone's perfectly polite. However, the Farrow women are cursed to all lose their minds, most infamously with June's mother, Susanna, who abandoned her when she was about 7 months old. June's own mind is beginning to fray. She's seen the signs for about a year, but when her beloved grandmother passes away, she leaves behind a series of clues that could lead June to finally figuring out what happened with her mother all those years ago, and it may just have her stumble into the town's most infamous cold case. Another notable plotline is that June is determined to be the last Farrow. She does not want to pass on this madness, and so she has sworn off love and anything like it, but that just may get challenged in this one. I really enjoyed the emotional storyline of this one. I love a story that follows several different generations of women within the same family, and we get to see how their different personalities and experiences and life choices all affect each other, and the way it's sort of just like a domino effect. And this one had such an interesting take on that because of the magical aspect of this book. Without giving away spoilers, I also liked the way June's character arc was done. I liked the way she was challenged, how she ended up opening up herself, and how within doing that she got to understand her mom a little bit better. The last section of this video will contain spoilers, so here is your spoiler warning. As far as the mystery element, as soon as we realized she traveled back to 1951 and that she'd been there until 1950 but left suddenly and in a terrible way, I was like, oh, she did it. She committed patricide. And I figured out it was probably because of DV. That's probably what happened to her mom. And, so I feel like that kind of took the mystery out of it a little bit, because to me it seemed very, there were no really other suspects. I mean, possibly, her husband, but I just was like, no, I don't think he did it. Anyway, I did enjoy the sibling aspect of it though, and I was surprised by that and the way that story ended up turning out. So I liked the way that was done. And again, I really just loved the emotional storyline of this book so much. So to me, like, this didn't seem like a mystery book that I was reading to keep on the edge of my seat, but it just seemed like this was more the type of character driven mystery where it was more about how everything affected all the characters. And so because I really liked the characters so much, I ended up really enjoying it. But as with any time travel book where the character ends up falling in love with someone in the past and they want to stay in the past, I just am always left scratching my head, because to me, I'm like, you could find someone fine in this timeline. Like, why? We already don't have full rights. Like, why do you want to have less rights and live in the past? But I did like the overall storyline. I loved the way the intergenerational aspect was woven in and the cycle that went on. I thought that was really nice.